cannot able. He is stealing ducks when you are stealing funds.
As High Commissioner, I was wrong. As Charandas Persaud, I reacted naturally how any person would have.
I did not come here for that kind of abuse. I did not come here for that kind of abuse. If you're going to go down that road, I'll walk off.
But it's all okay once they're talking. If they were talking, I could not have been here today.
You got ADHD.
I got
like
that.
No, calm down.
I think I've done enough in terms of taking our team out of trouble from losing.
Come on, Lou Taylor. That's good. I'm reading the script now, and the first person that comes to my mind to play a detective, but an erratic detective is Mikhail Rodriguez.
Why an African slap an Indian? Why a man and slap a woman? Look, how you deal with that? You deal with that.
We must encourage platforms like this because it brings together different people and allows for discussions to take place in our country on a multiplicity of fundamental issues.
Gildarie, you apologizing for something you think I did is wrong. I don't want you to do that, and you should not have done that. Hello there, you're watching a live program. We're coming to you live. This is the Freddie Kissoon Show with co-host Leonard Gildarie and Akash Persaud. In the studio with me is Akash. Akash has been with us for the past, I think, 10 episodes, and he's doing a fine job. This is our call-in program. Every Friday, we have a call-in because we allow you to say, well, not allow you, we give you a platform to ruminate, adumbrate, complain, vex your anger, manifest your anger. This evening, Friday evenings are devoted to the public, to Guyanese in and out of Guyana. So, welcome to the program. We are coming to you live from the Daybreak News studio in Lalooney Street, Queenstown. Wherever you are, if you're in London or India, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The phone lines are on the screen. Please call in. We are going until 10 o'clock as usual. Fridays is calling 8:30 to 10. Before you call, the hosts normally have a chat among themselves. There are things that we want to bring to your attention. When we first start this program, we set to ourselves that we want to offer counter narratives to things that are put out there, and these things need to have replies. They need to be counter arguments. They need to be clarification because they seep into your head, and there is so much out there that is fictional, that is depraved, that is wrong. And so Gildarie and I, we decide, look, we're going to fill these voids. So when people call in, or when we see things in the paper, social media, that just unreasonably, unconscionably wrong, we could provide counter arguments on this program. Many times on this program, I said that I believe we're on to a bright future with our money. In 2028, 2029, we will be there. But we've also said in this program, Gildarie and I and Akash, will our money change many things? For example, we begin our program tonight with something that we showed here, and we thought the nation of Guyana would have responded, and this thing would have changed for the better. A heartless thing would have galvanized us to raise our voice and put pen to paper. 2.5 months ago, there was a court case involving a cow and her calf, and the dispute reached the court, and so the police at Springland have the cow and her baby tied to the fence. 2.5 months. So when Gobin Harbourjohn, one of the most known Barbician, when Mr. Gobin Harbourjohn told me about this, I rang the magistrate. We will show you the cow on the fence and an image of the magistrate. I rang the magistrate, we need to sing, and I specifically said to her, I am not calling about any court case. I'm calling about cruelty to animal, in which there's a court case that will be in the future, and that animal is the police station. If you could just bring up the court, bring up the date. Lawyers always ask politicians in power when people sue the government, they always ask for the case to be heard quickly. So I asked her if she can bring up the matter. She put down the phone on me. Now, this is a magistrate speaking to a social activist, an academic, and a media practitioner that have been around for 50 years. I can't get her to respect me, but I would expect her to behave properly. I would expect magistrate Renita Singh to behave properly in the eyes of the public. I called her about cruelty to animals, and if she can bring up the case, she said to me, we cannot discuss, and she put down the phone. Do you know that cow and the calf are still in the Springland police station facing one of the hottest period in Guyanese history? Very hot weather we're experiencing. And you would think Mr. Harbourjohn said he contacted the Attorney General, he spoke to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Home Affairs. You would think somebody in the judiciary would have intervened and said, well, you can't have the cow 3 months with her baby there. The cow is there, and Miss Renita Singh, or Mistress Renita Singh, or Magistrate Renita Singh has not brought up the case. Let's show you an image of Magistrate Singh,
I don't have the image right now.
Let's show you the cattle, the cow and her baby. You see how emaciated, you see how malnourished is that cow? And that was 2.5 months ago. We will get so much oil. We will be a first-rate country. We will have good schools. Income for our workers will skyrocket. But we will still have this. No one can tell that magistrate, please bring up the matter so it could be solved and that cow and her baby could go home. This is the second time we are putting this thing on the program, and we know from the viewership, which is inbuilt into the system, how much views this program get. And no one in Guyana could talk to Magistrate Renita Singh about what is going on here. So this whole nation is paralyzed. You cannot do, no one can get Magistrate Renita Singh to bring up the matter. Yes, the answer is yes. The government cannot do it, but the Chief Justice or the Chancellor could have a word with her in the context of cruelty to animals. How could you have a cow and a baby in Springland Police Station going on to 3 months now? Let's hope there are some changes in this country as the oil money flows in and we become a wealthy country. Let's go on to the next item we want to discuss.
Freddie, if I may add before we go on, please. I know Magistrate Renita Singh personally. I've known her since she was a little girl growing up. And not in her defense or in any way, but I can tell you that I don't know her to be this type of person. I don't know if there is anything preventing her. All I'm saying is that I know her, and I don't know her to be this type of person. Magistrate Singh, I know her very, very well. Perhaps.
Well, did you call her? You called her.
I tried calling her too.
And she must have seen your phone, and she didn't reply.
Yeah, but it's a very, very.
You
sad
normally
situation.
respond. I have a mango pelter, $3,000, and I return people missed call. It has the capacity to return missed call. On this phone is Akash Persaud number, Gildarie, my friends. So when they call, I see the missed call. Magistrate, we need to sing. Must have seen her good friend Akash Persaud called. But let's move on. Let's move on to our next video.
The next video we're going to be showing is a clip that we did on the seawall of the Roundhouse area. Very short clip of the seawall there, and it's a project that the First Lady has championed, and it really looks wonderful. This is at the back of the market.
You need to go to see what the First Lady is doing. Now this was a rundown. You couldn't pass there. There were homeless people sleeping there, living there. People were afraid to walk there. This place now is resplendent. The whole of the seawall from Fort Groin to Camp Road has just been wonderfully done. And you see what has happened in Guyana after independence. Now you're seeing what the government is doing. And you wonder why the colonials couldn't do this when they were the colonial masters of Guyana. The First Lady should be given praise for what she has done. The seawall from Fort Groin, I'm there every day. I was there yesterday afternoon with my dog. The seawall has come into the modern world thanks to the wife of the president of Guyana. Don't matter how you feel about this government, you have to give that lady credit. She just said, this is going to be a project I want to see through, and she has coruscatingly architectured the Gildarie seawall.
The next clip we have is something that Mr. Kissoon brought to my attention also, that David Street in Kitty is a very narrow street, and it's a two-way street. It's cramped with traffic all the time, and then just beyond that, going towards Sherry Street,
parallel to it,
it's the
railway street. It means
railway embankment.
Well, that's a continuation of the railway embankment. The railway embankment stops at Sherry Street, and the continuation is called Railway Road.
Railway Road,
where
that's
the
right.
Alliance for Change has its head office.
And it's a very, very wide road. Yet that road can accommodate two lanes, but it's used as a
Ladies and gentlemen and Guyanese and non-Guyanese looking at this program, look at what we're about to show you.
This is David Street.
This is David Street that have a lot of business places, a lot of residents living on it. David Street is narrow and it's a nightmare. I don't take it. This is David Street, a two-way street. As you can see, the cars parked. Look now at Railway Street, Railway Road, which is double the width of David Street, and it's a one-way. David Street is so cramped with two-way traffic. And look, this is Railway Road, Railway Street that was just done. This is David Street. Look at David Street. Look at the problem you have there with two-way traffic. Look, that car and another car is coming.
This was done off peak period. We went there to do this because
right. This is not during peak period. And next to this street, David Street, is a lazy, deserted, well-done street named Railway Road or Railway Street. Look at it, how wide it is. And it's a one-way. How could that be? Look, very few. There aren't any businesses there. The only place on that street is the AFC head office. The other houses are in Seaford Street, Delve Street. But look at David Street. Now, do these things make sense? Anyway, that's about it. We have one more video and then you can start your call. This video is explosive. We have to have an introduction to the video in order for you to grasp the context. When Charandas Persaud voted against his own government and the government fell in a no confidence motion, Charandas Persaud was expelled from the AFC. Charandas' position was, my conscience could not allow me to let this government continue with what it was doing. This government had betrayed the nation. This government was no good. This government was maltreating Barbadians. In my conscience, I couldn't allow this government to continue because this government had failed. This government was doing wrong things. And so he voted against the government. And the AFC expelled him. Now we're going to show you a clip in which Kembaj Ramjatan in 2014 is saying that when we team up with APNU and we win the government, if the APNU is misbehaving and doing wrong things, I, Ramjatan, will get my 12 AFC parliamentarians and we will put a no confidence and vote together with the PPP to bring down APNU AFC government. Listen to him. Listen carefully.
We go in government and the president end up to look, well, AFC will kick you out because they are the president.
Oh yes, right. I want you to touch on that because most people are saying, well, look, if we vote for y'all and then the president, David Granger, and you have problem and then you get kicked out. Now, I want you to tell our brothers and sisters what assurance they have there.
The assurances were also built in to the Commingsburg Accord, brothers and sisters. This is the safeguard that we have in relation to that. I don't believe that Granger, at the age of 70, 71, is going to behave and break up and violate the arrangements that we have. But even if he do, let's assume he does it. On elections, their results come out. We win the elections. The Alliance for Change, and I as leader, will name 12 parliamentarians. So if we win, let's say, 35 seats, Granger now has to name 22 parliamentarians out of the 35. The PPP will name their 30, assuming they get the rest of the 30 out of the 65. Okay? Good. We go into parliament with 12 parliamentarians, AFC, and that is why we named the party APNU plus AFC. We still have our identity as a different political party. But to change this corrupt government require a coalition that is before the elections, a pre-elections coalition. So now we come back to the question. We got our 12 seats in parliament, they got it 23, the PPP got it 30. Assuming Granger start misbehaving, and as I said clearly, I don't see that happening, because he wants to be a little Nelson Mandela to bring back this country from the dangerous position it is in. He then misbehaves. I could easily tell my 12 AFC members, look, he is misbehaving. We're going to join up with the PPP with a no confidence motion to bring him down. That's the leverage the Alliance for Change has with its 12 parliamentary seats.
Did you hear that? This guy Ramjatan said, if Granger misbehave, now tell me if you're looking at this program and you lived in the world, not Guyana, and you lived in the world from 2015 to 2020, and you saw how Mr. Granger misbehaved, you saw the things that the APNU AFC did. Ramjatan said when the Granger and the PNC go on that kind of regime, he will put a no confidence motion and vote with the PPP. That is exactly what the great heroic Charandas Persaud did. That is what Charandas Persaud did. And before we go on to our next discussion and then open the lines, Charandas was on this program last week. I think it's last week. And for the 21 months this program has been running, Charandas has had the second largest viewership after Attorney General Anil Nandalal. So people wanted to hear what Charandas had to say, and people are in touch with the man and what he did. So what he did, he took his cue from Ramjatan. Ramjatan was saying if they misbehave, I will take my 12 MPs, institute a no confidence motion, and vote with the PPP. These are things you need to know. We've got one more item to discuss with you, and then from 10 o'clock, you'll make the journey with us. You will call in. We saw the phone lines, but just bear up with us. One last thing. I want you to look at the screen on what I'm putting up here. Court refuses activist plea for cancellation of Lisa 1 permit from the APA. Again, court refuses activist plea. This is about the 10th case a set of rich people have lost against the oil industry and the government in Guyana. About the 10th case. Let's see who's one of the litigants who brought this case against the government. Her name is Danuta Radzic Vera, together with her sister Vanda Radzic Vera. They have brought a number of cases against the oil economy. These two women belong to the Vera dynasty. As you would know, the Vera family in the early 20th century was massively wealthy. They owned maybe the whole of Houston, almost the whole of Houston, almost the whole of Versailles. Now, instead of Vanda Vera, Radzic Vera, and Danuta Vera spending millions in 12, 14 cases, why not take that money and put it to good uses? Donation to the hospitals, donation to Amerindian villages, Amerindian schools. You know the dozens of millions these two sisters and their wealthy friends have spent in more than 15 court cases against the government, and they have lost every single one because their motive is not the integrity of law and its violation by the government. It's just anti-government instincts. This is about the 10th case they have lost. The judge said the EPA acted within the law in how it issued its permit. So we have about 15 of these cases and more are coming up. When John Mayer was here, he said the anti-oil lobby is a group of wealthy people. You know the dozens of millions being spent on legal fees. So this was our intention when we first started this program, to offer counter narratives, to explain to you what's going on in this country. Please feel to call us. The phones lines are open. I don't know if Akash has anything to say.
No, I would like to say good evening to everyone joining us tonight. I see your comments on the on Facebook. Thanks for joining. The lines are open and the numbers are. You can get us on WhatsApp if you're in the diaspora on 652-1314. That's a cell number, or you can call 231-2982. Phone lines are open. Let's hear from you, and let's hear what are some of your comments or issues that you have to deal with as our header says, and our okay, we have a call coming in. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Gildarie Freddie Kissoon show.
Hey, good evening.
Yes, go ahead, please.
I got three things bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
First, on Camp Street, opposite the passport office, where it's supposed to be the pavement.
Yes.
As this is a recap the road, all the vehicle, everybody go in and do business at passport office. They park on the pavement, so the children go into QC and think if we walk on the road. I know the authority can look into it, the traffic or something. No, you have no parking there, but since they cab back the road, there is no parking there.
Oh, wow.
And the next thing in Martelsville, I see you have some contractor working in Martelsville. They're doing some street. And the street, like 2 inch of bricks, and then they're setting a farm for gas it. So me know Orlando Road will last. Then somebody can look into it.
Okay.
And the third one, you said 3?
The 3rd street and the 6th street.
Oh, so it's not 3 things on your mind, 2 things on your mind.
Yeah, I deal with 2 there. And the next thing is this private car. They get a base in Marple. The K taxi service. Get a lot of private car in it. When you go to the market on Saturday, they can't take up the space and you can't park nowhere. There's the next thing I need the police to look into.
We just hope that these things reach the ear of the authorities. I mean, where the school children are going to walk, you can't have a taxi service with private car. You know some of these things. I don't know, but thanks for calling.
Okay, you can comment on it after here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the program.
Thank you, and thanks for coming through.
All right.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Yeah, good night, fellas. Good night.
Good night.
I'm looking at your show, and you speak the first part there. You talk about the program that the Forest Lady did, and it's so beautiful. We got the next one supposed to be done with the boardwalk right through from Kingston to the Kitty and the Qatar Hotel and all these good things, right? And tonight I was looking at the show just before you on Critica on your channel with Jonas and that guy renamed the madman. I call him a madman. And they're talking that if you put a hotel to that green space, you take away all the beauty when you're coming from Kitty into what's the street name? What's the name of the street?
Kaifest Avenue.
Carifesta Avenue. I grew up in Kitty Bars when I was Palpidam. You remember that, Freddie?
I know it very well. My father worked there with St. Stanislaus College.
Right, exactly. I grew up in Davis Street, Kitty, and that was Palpidam. And all I can remember them place used to be used for is we as youngsters used to carry the girlfriend and them ground in the night to have sex. And I went away and I come back 40 years later and it's big bush and then I heard the mayor said something yesterday that if you put a hotel there and all these fancy stuff, you're going to take away the vendors on that piece of the wall. Them vendors is the best shanty tongue you have there. What's the matter with these Guyanese people, buddy? You talk about the various them just now, right? That's writing all these stupid. What they want to see for this country?
I know, yeah.
You know, it's amazing. You look at Georgetown. You look at Georgetown per se when you leave Main Street by Court and you swing around Fagatis there into Monisha. You know, that place is all the way to Big Market. You know, it's sheer garbage, and these people. I don't know, cause, I'm a 75-year-old man next 10 days, right? And I'm very optimistic. I got 4 youngsters, but sometimes I'll get real torn off, buddy. I'll get real torn off and stick at these people,
Yeah.
You finish?
No, right? left and I went abroad, right? I come from Allen's quarantine. I walk in mud. I didn't have to walk in mud. I had shoes. I had butter shoes. But I went to school, and when you line up in front of the school to go in your classroom, you see everybody barefoot. And I used to take off my just to be like that. And I come back home in 2020. And we still walking in mud. Right? And not 2020. 04. I come back in 04. And we were still walking in mud. And we still walking in mud 2024. And, you know, the government is trying to do all the roads in the neighborhood and everything, but we still walking in some kind of mud. And these people complaining, you hear you can't eat, you can't, it's big concrete, it's big concrete, it's big concrete. Oh, you think America and Canada and them places develop? I live in America, and outside of New York, I live in Texas. I live in New York and Texas. And you gotta get in your vehicle, and if you see a road, you drive. And you drive for miles before you meet the farm. And that's how you develop a country.
Okay, before you go, you see that area you're talking about that you used to carry your girlfriend? I know that place at the back of my hand. I used to walk through that, what is now the national park. Used to walk through that bush and catch St. Stanislaus cricket ground where my father worked. So I know that place very well. And guess what? A lawyer took his girlfriend there a night. I don't know why he did that. And he was attacked. So you were very brave to have taken your girlfriend in that
I lose my pair of clocks right there.
Oh, so you got Yes, I know where the armory is. Oh, so you carry your girlfriend there, they attack you?
No, they didn't attack me, they might creep up on me. When I'm done, I go for do I pull up my pants and looking for my clocks? It's gone.
But when you said that to me, I want to know why. I know that in the back of my hand. Why would anybody carry their girlfriend there? You're in danger. You're in danger in that woman. You're in danger in that woman's life. Anyway.
All the way from Kitty used to do that.
Yeah, adventurous.
Yeah. Used to go to Betty and buy a chicken and rock and move over to the seawater with your girl and things like that. And you know.
Anyway, sir, thanks for coming through. And on behalf of Freddie and I, we want to wish you a happy birthday in 10 days on your 75th birthday. Have a happy birthday, sir.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah.
Hello? Oh, person's gone off.
Yeah. Again, you can call in, have a chat with us, tell us if you have similar experiences like this man. But do call in. 652. Yeah, it cut off. 652-1314. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Hi, good evening to both of you.
Good evening, ma'am.
I don't know if you can help me with concerning. I know today is the 1st of March and the pensioners they increased the old age pension, but I am looking at the NIS. They said the NIS is supposed to get some kind of increase.
No, not across the board. Not all the pensioners. Just a specific.
I know the minimum.
Yeah.
People.
It's not for people who have been receiving the normal NIS pension. No. So you may not fall into that category. I haven't fallen into that category either.
No, I thought they said people that is getting the NIS pension, but is the minimum. We have a minimum where you have the high end one.
Yeah. Well, it's the minimum. It's the minimum, I think.
Let us say I fall into the minimum, which the minimum is 35,000 per month, right? I'm talking about the pension.
Yeah, right.
The minimum right now is 35. So, from my understanding of it, they said the minimum people will get $8,000 more, but we're not hearing anything from the NIS. So I don't know if you all got any.
I don't know. No, I don't know. But I know the vice president spoke at a press conference about that. Try calling the NIS and see what happens.
Okay, thank you.
Right, bye-bye.
Thanks for coming through. All right, so the numbers to call is 231-2982 and 652-1314. Call us with your comments. as you know, as our header says, there is so much going on in Guyana to discuss and comment on.
Could you stop calling me Heather, as Freddie said? As Frederick. We have a call.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening, guys. I don't know if most Guyanese realize this, but this is a very, very emotional time for us in Guyana. Well, stressful and emotional. It would have been the 2020 elections around this time.
Yeah.
And it would have also be, Freddie would have known a little part of this. It will also be my daughter's wedding, for which I was, instead of paying attention to her wedding, I was stressed out about the Guyana election. And I subsequently, I don't want to talk about my story, but I'm talking about the Guyana, the elections during this time of the in 2020, where myself and maybe millions of Guyanese throughout the world would have been so stressed out to know what would have happened to the elections. I've listened to a program by this David Hines guy from WPA, just before you guys came on, and I had Ramjatan and some Dr. Adams or whatever. Now, I know people can lie, but if I am permitted to use this word, if lies were giving someone like swollen testicles.
No. Avoid those. Anyway.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, you could be more intellectual than that. Don't worry with use those kinds of words. It tend to detract from the intellectual delivery. But go on.
Oh, okay. But I'm trying to add a little bit of humor here, actually. If that was the case, Ramjatan would have had organs long from Guyana to Canada to the US because of the lies. That guy lied on the program with David Hines just now, and I was like, if technology could have allowed me to scramble him off the TV, I would have crushed him alive. He have helped to destroy Guyana. He have helped to destroy the cane cutters. And I looked at the little clip that you guys with Harbajan and him just now. Freddie Kissoon, Akash, I am grinding in anger. I am hurt. I wish I can crush that guy. Please, if I sung a little bit too out of place, forgive me, but I'm angry, and I'm angry.
Well, this is the platform for you to, vent.
And I appreciate Akash, and I appreciated Freddie. Again, forgive me if I sung a little bit out of place, but I am really upset. I mean, again, thank you guys. Thanks. I don't want to continue. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, man. We understand. Have a good evening.
Yeah.
Call in. As I said, this is the platform for you to call in and air your concerns and give your comments and vent. Whatever is bothering you, whatever is that you want to talk about. Be respectful and responsible about it, though. When you come through, avoid calling people's names that can put us in some problems. But call in with your problems and your issues. Freddie, I can't wait for the new bridge to finish. I left home to get here for 8:30. I left home. I lived 60 seconds away from the bridge. I kid you not. Just as I need to go over the bridge on the West Bank. And I left home at 7:15. The moment I left home, they opened the traffic for two-way. And I had to I sat in traffic, waiting to go on the bridge for about over 30 minutes. I can't wait for the new bridge to come through. Lots of new things are happening in this country as we show the development on the seawall. Freddie, it's cheese and chop from what the seawall and what it's...
Oh yeah, I know that place in the back of my hand.
To what it looks like now.
I think, as I said before, whatever views you have on the government. You have to give the First Lady credit for that, for resuscitating the seawall, and she, through her initiative, her people have re-engineered that place. It looks very nice. I'm telling you, I know that place at the back of my hand. I go there every day. I was there last night. I was there early this afternoon. Then I came home, had my bath, and come here. I just like that place. I grew up there.
Usually, I jog on the west side. I do my jogging in my community there. It's pretty peaceful. But I came down to jog on the seawall one day. But Freddie, there is so much plastic bottles and garbage going down towards. I started from the bandstand. You see, when I pass by Camp Street going down where the rocks are, going towards. I went to Sheriff Street. Hi, good evening. Welcome to the Freddie Kissoon Show. You are on air.
Hi, good evening.
Turn on the volume in the background, please.
Okay. You know?
Yes, go ahead.
Hi, good evening. How are you doing?
Oh, we're doing fine, man.
I am trying to address the issue in terms of the teacher strike.
Okay, go ahead.
Why the government allowing it to run so long when the children are suffering?
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying to you, they are allowing the children to be suffering on a daily basis. Other persons likewise suffering, the persons who sells around the school, the minibus drivers suffering, the teachers are suffering. Why are we going through this kind of pressure? I'm a teacher too.
Mm-hmm.
So why the government cannot come up with something with the teachers and make some arrangements?
Freddie?
No, I'm listening to you. Yeah. That's it, sir?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, thanks for coming through. Thanks for making a contribution. Well, as you know, on Fridays we go up to 10 o'clock. Call in and tell us what is on your mind. We had a call in which a person believed that the government and the teachers union should come together and let the strike end. We had a caller that says in support of the Qatari hotel that is being built by the seawall. So call in and let's hear revelations or whatever you have discovered that we need to know.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
All right, Freddie Kissoon. And Mr.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I find that right is wrong and wrong is right in this country. Here why. The teachers strike. The union encourages teachers to strike. The union is illegal. The union don't have nothing in place. They collect the people money, and you know one of the things in it, like the educators, the teachers, they're reading the collective labor bargain, what the book, what the union have, the teachers union have. They're wrong. They're wrong. And everybody saying that there's right, there's wrong. That is the wrong thing. I can't see that they don't have nothing in place. They added the union just collecting the money. They ain't telling the teachers nothing. And they're squandering out the damn money. They're wrong. They have to give the teachers the strike relief. And everybody blaming Bombay in the government. I wonder why they Bombay in the government. All what they're doing there is making way for the liars get one side of money. They're making way for the liars get one side of money. They should go back to the damn school and teach the children. That's my point.
Okay,
all right,
so.
thanks for coming through.
Good. call in. Our numbers are on the screen. In the meantime, when we're waiting for your call, Akash, you're new to the program, so
I got to tell you something, Freddie. I don't know if you noticed, but did you pass through Church Street in recent times?
Let me see. Not the part of Church, because of where I live, and I have to come here. I have to go back to Church Street when I leave here. Which part are you talking about?
From Camp Street, coming all the way back. It's beautifully done. The resurfacing of the road, it looks fantastic.
I think we have a call.
Yeah. Hello, good evening, sir.
Turn on the volume.
Turn on the volume, please.
I did.
Yeah, good. Go ahead.
Hi, Freddie and Mr. Akash.
Yes.
These Veras, they got any ancestral land in Guyana?
I don't know what you mean by that. All I know is that I grew up knowing that the Veras had extensive, massive land ownership in Versailles and Houston. Maybe the whole of Houston, the whole of Versailles. There were lands in this country that were exclusively or legally, we draw the word exclusive, that were legally owned by a man or a family or what have you. For example, Newtown Kitty, where you call it Newtown, I shouldn't say Newtown Kitty, right. You call it Newtown, which is bounded by the north of St. Road. That was owned by one man. So I don't know about ancestral land. I think the term ancestral land applied to Amerindians and Africans. So I don't know if the Vera family, if the term ancestral land applied to them. I know, and I think anyone who studies economics and sociology and politics of Guyana would know the Vera family. You would know some families. Everybody know the two super. Yeah.
These Veras.
Be careful. Listen. No. Hold on. Just listen to me, eh? These are very rich people. Ms. Danuta, Radzik Vera, and Vander Radzik Vera, they've been filing a lot of court cases with expensive lawyers. We don't want to get a libel. Whatever you say, please keep it analytical and intellectual. Please, we don't want to get a libel. Okay, continue, sir.
Sir, Freddie,
yeah.
You spoke about these trucks that's passing through the neighborhood and shaking up these houses. Nothing has been done so far,
Okay, where I live, something has been done. They have asphalt, right. They have, I don't know what kind of material they use, but the shaking is not so great anymore. I'm talking about where I live, on the railway embankment at Turkine. The noise, the shaking level has gone down a bit, but some very large trucks still shake it as normal. Okay then, is that it?
Freddie, one more question. What are we going to do with the city of Georgetown? This big dirty city, man. All over the world.
All right.
Trinidad, Port Spain, Bridgetown, Antigua, all these places got nice cities. What's going on with Georgetown with this all money?
All right, good. Now that you said that, maybe people are listening. Take care, and we hope to hear from you next Friday. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, good night, Freddie.
Good night.
One thing we need the police to look into. You see this vehicle, these number plates? They are kind of different color number plates.
No, there's a police. No, there's a police regulation against that. I was exercising in the park. No, I was. I was exercising in the park. And the police had a campaign. Your license plate has to meet a standard in terms of the shape, in terms of how it is written. You can't have colored license plate. Only diplomatic people can have yellow colored license plate.
No, but if you pass on by some of the station, you see the vehicle tint up and the number plate, you can recognize it's kind of some writing shining up, different.
No, that's illegal. That's illegal. Yeah. I know that's now.
What the police need to do is get a campaign for these things. Because a lot of police, a lot of customer office and things, is them getting out with this lawlessness.
This country is a strange country, so you read the paper. You read the papers tomorrow. You read the social media outlets tomorrow. Next week, next sale. The only anybody who smoke marijuana or planting marijuana, they got them. They catch them, but security forces don't seem to catch anybody else doing any other thing.
I know.
Yes. Every day they raid some farm. Every day they raid some house, and they found cocaine and marijuana. But anyway, thanks for coming through, man.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon show.
Tune your volume down.
Turn your volume in the background, please. Thanks.
Sure. What I'm trying to say to you concerning the teachers who are striking, and they are following the labor, or what you call it, who representing them to call a strike. Now, those people is like, or the teachers who are following the person who take on the strike.
So you should, if you're talking about the strike, you should know that it's the Guyana Teachers Union that has called the strike. The union called the strike. So use the word union.
Okay. It's not a union, because if they follow the laws, it's like the teachers is like a crow passing by, and the crow tell the teachers that, you know what, that crow that just gone there has carried your ears, and they run behind the crow. And when they reached the crow said, what happened? He said, that other crow down there, so you carried away my ears. He said, feel if your ears is on. And when you feel the ears is on, then it's when you realize he was, what must say? He gone.
Okay, so.
So they're following the crowd, and when you hear the money, the stunk from their salary, then they will catch yourself.
All right. Okay.
Okay?
Right, thanks for coming through.
If you come, the next guy just called in and said about the number plates of police vehicles. If you go to Mahika station, you see some station down there, some vehicles at the station down there. You can't recognize the number plate of those police vehicles. Police men or police women vehicle parked there, you can't recognize the number plate unless they meet about 3 feet away. And if you do that as a private citizen or as a citizen, they lock you up. Come on. Yeah. Somebody got to go and video that and put it on the...
Yeah. I hope the Minister of Home Affairs listened, because he did listen to one of our programs in which a caller said he was in a vehicle driving at a fast rate. And he called in to say on that day that the caller was talking about he was not in that area, so it couldn't be him. I hope he's listening. You have a standard way to have the imprint on your license plate. The numbers have to follow a certain pattern. It has to be. Well, I hope the Minister of Home Affairs listen. I don't know why. I don't know why the police. Why the police would.
You have to go and check that. Some subordinate officers have to go around and check those places.
I can understand why why the police wouldn't want a normal license plate like the one I have, like the one Akash have. My license number is PAE 1989, and you can see it clearly. Anyway, so
It's lawlessness, just lawlessness.
Thanks for coming through.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Hello?
A very good evening to you.
Good evening.
Could you say this is a show?
Yes, you're on to the Freddie Kissoon show.
Hi, sir. I got two concerns. Real concern that I would like to share and see if something could be done. First thing first, we have the heads of government in our country, and we welcome them open-heartedly.
They left since Thursday.
Yes, I know they leave. However, this is my personal opinion, the concerned citizen of this country, that we had the heads of government forced to them. But we would have wanted to see a little bit of cultural display among these heads of government, these heads of people. I think culture should have been playing a real part in this ongoing, I would say, what they have here. Culture is one of the main pillars that a country unites or a region unites and keeps together. That's what I believe was missing. One other thing more I wanted to raise, and this is a very important concern. Mashomani normally held on the 23rd of February, and from Mashomani, the regions take part in their own activities. However, my concern is that for 2024, all the costumes for the ministries, even though they have two regions will be taking part in Mashomani on Sunday, one region alone occupy all the ministry costumes. I believe that it should have been shared between the two regions that is taking part in Mashomani on Sunday that is coming. East Berbice will have the mash, and region number 10, Linden, will have the mash. So all the costumes is heading to East Berbice. We still have region 10. Region 10 have mash, and they only have one costume. When region number 6 will have a number of all the costumes that is being displayed in this country. I think that it should have been, this way much started. This way much started, and they should have, I believe the government should look into this here and do something. Sunday is mash, is Linden. Not everybody can go to Berbice. Some people could go to Linden, some people could go to Berbice, but you're going to Linden to see one costume that they build. I don't think that is fair. So I would like this program is a very good program that it can use to help the government to work along with the people of this country. Culture play a good part in our country. Where is our culture, the cultural department at the Ministry of Culture? Look, this is heads of government. We should have been blasting the stage or doing something pertaining to Guyana and forest or something with culture. Anyway, sir, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Call in. Numbers to call are 231. Okay, we have a call here. Hello, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Freddie. Good evening, Akash. A wonderful show tonight again. I just wanted to make a few comments, and your preamble to this program tonight, it has left me so sickening tonight with those issues that you raised. To find, and we always say the judiciary of this country is failing us miserably. For Freddie to highlight that issue with the cow and the pig and her calf, been there for 3 months. What are we, man? Have we gone beyond, what stage of humanity have we gone to? And to find out that something like this, which we all grew up on the cow's milk, and to have a Renita Singh disregard and look at the punishment, it makes me sick to the stomach, regardless of what ethnicity, what culture, what religion we belong to. The cow is very sacred. How can we look at that cow tonight and, it's very sickening. But, again, the judiciary keeps failing this country. Added to that with the judiciary is the role that the judiciary is playing today in the GTO strike. For the judge, I hope it's not a libel, but this might.
Well, you have a right. You have a right. Just wait a minute. You have a right, a natural legal right to comment on any court case that is finished once you stay clear of libel or unsavory language. So if you disagree with the judge's decision, you have that right. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that guidance. So I think the decision of the judge to move towards, this stage, to ask for this, what's the stage called now?
Mediation,
mediation, right. We have not gone to this stage. The talks were in motion. In labor rules and negotiation, it's the employer versus the employee. And you have regardless of whether the GTO is legal or not, but for the judge to preempt and move towards mediation. I made a comment on Facebook yesterday. I was very, very upset about this, that the government has taken on the mediation. I think the government is bending too much backwards to accommodate this destructive behavior of the PNC influenced GTU. And the government is doing this in good faith because of the interests of our students and everybody. But this is wrong. And this, the particular judge has been making a big mess all the time. And if on the 20th, if this drags out to the 20th, the teachers are going to learn the hard way of the real application of the law. And if this is not settled there, this is going to enter the CCJ, and this can get really ugly. But again, the judiciary is failing this country. The other point I wanted to make is that the efforts of our First Lady, Ari Ali, it's phenomenal of what she's doing. We have never seen this, a First Lady working this hard and being very, very visionary of everything that she touches is like gold. It's gold. To see that roundhouse being used, transformed, which used to be, you could hardly go around that area, to be used at a high level of CARICOM to have a breakfast or lunch or something in there, the way it was transformed. The thing that is perplexing and puzzling to me is that why are Guyanese complaining of the minutiae things and looking at the big things, and to see why are we depriving ourselves, and why are we today pushing against development? I've been listening to many of the callers there. Oh, there's a pile of sand in the middle of the street. I understand. But with development, there comes disruption. We have to understand this. It's only 3.5 to 4 years we are in this. And I'm going to say something tonight. No matter how much oil money we pump into this country here, if the mentality of Guyanese does not change, we can have the world of wealth, but we're going to be like cavemen in the oil in the oil industry. The other thing I wanted to point out, that tape that you play with Ramjatan there, it is so sickening, the double standards. And again, I'm very, very disappointed that Guyanese are falling to this. And there's some smaller guys out there, and going out there preaching the same language, and Guyanese are falling for it. Finally, our president is on the stage again. And, we have never seen this. As we come to celebrate March the 2nd tomorrow, I think the heavens have opened up and presented us with a leader in President Ali. Today, with that peace gift that was exchanged with President Ali in St. Vincent and the Grenadines with President Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela, I think that is phenomenal. That we are giving peace a chance. And he has been
He's a different man. I don't think we expected someone like that. I think we normally expected a normal leader. We've had so many of them. Some of them were outstanding. But I don't think Guyana was prepared for an finale. I don't think he was prepared for it. He's a different man. He's a different man.
I will tell you this honestly. I've been following politics for a very long time. And, I had doubts about, President Ali, Irfan Ali being the nominated candidate for the presidency of the PPP. I had certain, and, because of popularity and whatever, I was a bit biased about it. But what this guy has morphed into, Guyana would never see something like this again. And we should be very thankful and be on board with Dr. Irfan Ali. He's a visionary. This guy thinks out of the box all the time for the benefit of this country. And if you don't get on board and see this and think that everything is a handout, we gotta work, bro. America has not gotten here to where it's, and even what Guyanese are getting as handouts from the government and all the breaks, you don't get that in the United States. You don't get that in the UK. You don't get that in the EU. None country has given out this, as the government has been trying to alleviate inflation and everything. So I plead with my brothers and sisters for the benefit and for the future of this country. We need to come together, put aside petty things, think for yourself. We are smart people. Don't be influenced or be duped like what we're seeing what the GTU is doing with very smart people in the streets. It is very sickening. I hope this can be resolved. And the government is going to continue to bend backward for the benefit of this country. I want to thank you guys very much. And this is my Friday night contribution, my friends. Thank you.
Thank you for coming through. Very good comments, too. Freddie, you're one of those persons, you've always been said that Dr. Irfan Ali, the president of Guyana, is phenomenal.
I think there are times in a country where a leader comes up, he's just different, and the society never expected that. He's elected, he's sworn in, he starts normally, but then there may be things inside that were just waiting to get out. And I don't think the government makes mistake. I think it'd be stupid for anyone to say any government is perfect. Any government is 99% right. You don't help a government by telling a government, oh, you're doing great. If I was to sit down with President Ali, I will point out areas to him which I think there are some could use a reflection, a rethinking on. If I sit down with him, I wouldn't tell him about things that I see, some things that, I believe that they are things that could be improved. They are especially the Ministry of Public Works. The contractors are doing a lot of nonsense. I could tell you where I live on UG Road. This is the road. This is the road here. And right next to the road is the huge trench. So if someone is coming fast and you in your lane just make like that, you're going into the trench.
Wow.
Anyway.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Mr. Akash, Freddie, we getting a free stadium from Qatar.
Yes.
But and that we could negotiate for more things from Qatar.
Yes, and I think the stadium. The stadium.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, the stadium, let me mention, the stadium, from what I understand, is one of those stadiums that were used during the World Cup in Qatar. They're disassembling it and they're going to ship it to Guyana. So we will have one of those stadiums here.
Set it up free of cost. And we don't have to spend no money on that.
Yeah.
And, people want to give us a lot of things around the world. And why they want to do it is our president. Our president, but the next thing I want to tell you. If you got all the knowledge and you got the university and you do this and you do that. You're driving fancy car and you on the road with your lawlessness so that you carry. The educators I talking about. The lawlessness we carry now. Yeah, so I mean you read the book of the bargaining agreement, where the country going, where the children going. All right.
All right, thanks for coming through.
quite an abrupt end. I mean,
yeah.
He means well, but quite an abrupt end. But we got, let's see, Mango Pelto, we have time. 18 minutes more. We can get in a lot of education from you, the public, in 18 minutes. So tell us about what's happening in your neck of the woods. Tell us some of the things you see that are wrong. I am very, very concerned about Turkine Road being right next to the trench. There needs to be a barrier. You have to see this as frightening, Akash.
I'm looking at some of the comments here, Freddie, and a lot of people are agreeing with the caller on President Ali's initiatives and the way he goes about his presidency. President Ali, a few months ago, or a few weeks ago, went to Kitty. He did a walkabout in Kitty, met with some youths who said, President, we can get them jobs. And so he said, really? How many of y'all? Everybody come. He said, okay. And there were people there. He said, make sure that these men get jobs within a certain time. And they were met with them. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Yeah, fellas. I got one more question. Just a second call. I got one more question.
You got you again. That's interesting. Some people can't get you anyway. Quickly, seeing this is your second.
The teachers and the strike, right?
Yeah.
They went to court yesterday concerning the pay, right? Why, listen. The government said if you don't work, you don't get pay, right?
Mm-hmm.
You paying dues every month for the last 40 years, right? So what your dues is for? Your dues is for when you strike. The union pay you, not the government or the employer. I'm wrong or right? That's not what the dues is about. That's my question.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming through again. You get through again. Right.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. We'll take the calls, but in the meantime, I have to say, I wrote a column, and I do a daily column in the Chronicle. I do not know anywhere in the world when you're on strike you get pay. I think that that Judge Kissoon, that's his second decision that I have fundamental disagreement with. His first was compelling Exxon to lodge unlimited insurance in case of an oil spill. Refusal to do that, Exxon would have to leave Guyana through the cancellation. The judge direct EPA to withdraw its permit for Exxon to operate in Guyana. I don't think the court has that jurisdiction to tell a company how much it must spend on insurance. And I disagree with the decision that you must be paid while you're on strike. That thing has serious consequences for future strike action. But the government, I guess, will appeal it. I know the government appealed that unlimited insurance thing, and the Court of Appeal said $2 billion, which maybe is more understandable. You give an amount, although I don't feel the court could compel a company, could shape the investment of a company. The court is concerned with the violation of laws, the Constitution, but I don't think a court could tell a telecommunication company that's coming in to Guyana, you have to cover the whole of Guyana if they just want to operate in Berbice alone. But
is another side of this strike that that a lot of people has not been focused on, Freddie. Kids are home. Parents are now having to find ways and means of how they take care of these children at home because they have to go to work. right? This is not a short. This hasn't just happened in a week. Now it's been going on and on and on. And from what I'm hearing from parents also is that they're getting frustrated now.
I would not and could never be against workers' right to strike. And I think there are untold number of cases where workers were right in striking. But I think you have to follow. I mean, they were negotiating with the ministry, and when they reached to 80 and to go on to 90, they went on strike. Yeah, let's take this call.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. I'm calling Freddie Kissoon show.
Yes, you are on. You're on air right now.
Okay. Yes, I'm glad that you bring up something. I was watching your show about the judges in the High Court. I don't know. I find the judges now they don't respect others, and they're not doing things like the old times. I don't know if the laws has changed or it's just.
The laws haven't changed. It's just judges the past 20 years have just become unaccountable. They're just you should see the amount of public money spent to preserve the judiciary. And I have written a column in my daily column in the Chronicle. I think judges are unaccountable. I just think they make decisions irrespective of the feelings of the society. You have judges giving people 4 years for time served for some of the most heinous crimes.
Okay, I would like to make a point. I have a problem with we are 4 siblings, and 2 of them went to court that they want the estate that we inherited.
So we've been through that already. I know your voice. I know you. There's no way we could entertain that on this program. That's a matter in front of the court, and you got to.
No, it's been finished. It's been finished. But what I'm trying to say, it's like the old judges. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I'm glad it's finished. I'm glad it's finished.
Yeah.
If you want, you can make a comment on how judges operate, but the court case is finished.
Yeah, the court case is finished. But I would like to say is that one judge agrees with 2 siblings for selling a property, whereas 2 of them...
Don't let's go through that. Don't let's go through that. Don't let's go down that road. You talk about that. Look, thanks for coming through. Let's take this other call here, because time is going. Bye-bye. Same thing he calls...
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon show.
Hi, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, sir.
I would just like to make a small comment. I know, Akash, you were mentioning your run at the seawall and the garbage that you were seeing, and Freddie interrupted you. But
you go ahead.
No, I didn't interrupt him. A call came on the line. Hello?
Oh, okay, all right.
Go ahead.
But that's something that not just on the seawall, guys. The garbage is littered throughout Guyana. And hopefully not just only the government can assist the people, but the people need to change. And you guys should highlight it a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do some filming next week.
Yeah, we're gonna go on the ground.
That thing at Camp and North Road in the trench there, that's terrible. But I think... go on, sir. Go on. Yeah, go on.
If you take there's videos that show like at the Meadowbank Wharf where they're seafood vendors. It is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
You know, the government's trying, but the people need to change their mindset.
It's a culture. Sorry to say it.
It is a culture. It is a culture. You look at the Mashumani celebration and the aftermath.
These Guyanese people have a problem. Let me tell you something. I went to the city hall to pay rates and taxes yesterday, and I parked 5 blocks away. You can't get parking outside the city hall, but nobody wants to park 3 blocks away. And when they go to the US, They park 4 or 5 blocks away. This is something, you ever see how people drive? They want to park right outside the school to collect their kids. So 10 cars are slamming into each other because they want to park right outside the school. Anyway, Saul, any other comment?
Not for now, thanks. Keep up the show.
Yeah, and call in next week.
Thank you so much for coming through. Freddie, that's true. Right through this the 4th Street.
Everybody who's going to continue. Sorry, the man said I cut you off. I got this nasty habit of cutting people off. Yeah, go.
Right through in 4th Street, there is a school. And when you come in through 4th Street, you turn through Albert from Cummins and you come through there midday time. And the school, all the cars, nobody stopped. Everybody put, and it's a long, and nobody can move.
This thing, I saw that thing and I want to know how humans being can be so stupid. If you're going anywhere in Regent Street, you're not going to get parking outside the store.
No.
Go somewhere in one of those cross street and park.
And you know what people are doing, Freddie?
And guess what? 75% of the nation is under 45 years of age. So this is not an old nation with old people like Canada and the UK where they can't walk far. It's one of the youngest countries in the world.
I'll tell you, when I'm driving here to come in the evenings, or most of them I'm driving to come here, I drive through Albaistown, right? I drive through a street called Bar Street.
I know Bar Street in Albaistown.
You know, I passed there yesterday I was coming there, and there was a man with a wheelbarrow and some he lived in the street there and some bricks, and that man filling up that hole. I had to stop and tell you thanks.
I am telling you, as these programs go on, we're going to become a wealthy society. I heard Professor Clive Thomas say by 2027, 28, the government can have so much money, they don't know what to do with it. I believe they will know what to do with it. But some of these things will remain. The way Trinidad developed with their oil money, we're going to go beyond that. And I know and believe, anyway, the people's call come first.
Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Both of you.
Yes, ma'am.
I I've tried to recollect my memories in the
19 what? 1990?
I collect my memories in the 70s when Guyana Stores was on strike.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hamilton Green.
I was in the archives. I saw what he did. Yeah. I saw what he did.
He took the GNS people beat out. They beat the people out of Guyana Stores, the workers, and replaced them with GNS workers. The national Saul, we welcome your call. You can call and anything else, but not Hamilton Green. No one on planet Earth has any. Nobody on planet Earth. Nobody on planet Earth has any respect for Hamilton Green. Hamilton Green is the world's most irredeemable person. Anyway, Saul, go on. Yeah, that was a strike. If you can remember. The Guyana Stores went on a strike.
I was there. I saw it. I was in the archives, and I was watching what he was doing. When I interviewed him, I told him I saw what he was doing. I was fortunate enough to see Green, what he was doing at that Guyana Store strike. Go on, sir. Go on.
No, that is my point. That is where now the union taking the teachers on the street and leaving children in the school.
Go on, I'm listening. We're listening.
That is my point.
Okay.
That is how the PNC used to run it, and this is a PNC strike. It's not a union strike.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, bye. That's another.
You lost that call. If you're a business owner and you're in Guyana or in the diaspora, and you would like to be a sponsor on this show, you can reach out to me on 652-1314, and I can tell you how you can help us in this process also. You can call me 652-1314, and I will send you some of our numbers, so we know what we've been achieving. As Mr. Kissoon said, let's take this call. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Hey, good night, guys.
Good evening.
All right. I'm calling to highlight the situation here at the call on the 26th of November 2023, where a young lady who was doped, they had a severe wind, right? And she's a single parent at the moment with 4 kids. Now, she went into the government thing that they was given 2 sling cement, right? And some steel.
Yeah. I know.
Needed, bro. She went into the same place that with housing, etc. in Region 10 here. And they told her that is only for people who now start to build. Where does she go for help? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, could someone tell me? I'm a president or assistant her.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to expound on a topic I don't know, but it was assistance for people who are building a house, now building a house.
New homeowners.
Is she in that category?
Her house was half built and just because to cut rent, etc., right? Just to put food on the table, brother. You understand? Right? She got screwed on the building. I have videos.
No, but you can't blame anyone if she doesn't fall into that category. You have to have a category of people who cannot continue with their house and they need assistance. So that's
Freddie,
yeah.
This she got a temporary employment by the government working on the Mackenzie Hospital on the ambulance. She worked 10 days in December, and when she go to collect her money, you understand? There was no money there. They tell her, do not work February month. She will get the money for March. Where are we going, though? Where are we going?
Sir, if I may suggest, could I understand the situation? Could you make a case for her and take her to the make a case, write up a document explaining the situation, and see if you can take her in.
Thanks for calling. We have to take one last call. Thanks.
Okay, fine. That's okay.
Bye. Hello, good evening. You're on to the Freddie Kissoon Show.
Yes, hi. Good evening. How are you tonight?
Very well, thanks. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to make it very quick.
Yeah.
So I'm a Canadian Guyanese living abroad for a long time, and so we have a land, and I'm a part owner or a beneficiary, I would say. So I have voiced my concern. I've hired a lawyer. I've done the right thing, and I've had my case dismissed. Now, I find that's very disturbing because as a beneficiary, I believe I'm in to 1/3 or 1/4 of the estate, and I should have a voice on what I'm entitled to. And for some reason, I find that the judge says that your case has to be dismissed because you have no merit. Your case has no merit. And I find that's very disturbing.
But did you have a lawyer?
I call your show.
Do you have a lawyer?
I do have a lawyer. I do have a lawyer.
Well, did he
I'm
argue?
appealing this decision, but this is costing me money. And
You lived a long time outside, and you want the asset in Guyana. Money shouldn't be a problem for you. Money's a problem.
I don't need the money. I don't need the money, sir. I need the land because.
Right. Well, you said it's costing you more. Well, you said it's costing you money. So if the land is sentimental to you, it will cost you money to take a lawyer. So that shouldn't be a problem.
It's not a problem, but what I'm saying is that apparently there is someone who have their eyes on this land, and for some reason, I cannot say for sure, but I feel like this person has a lot of money. They're very wealthy, and for some reason, the judge is gearing toward to sell the entire property. Now, it's not a very big property, but there is enough for all 4 of us to have it divided, and everyone can take their piece and do whatever they want to do with it. But I don't feel that the court should tell me what I should do with my piece.
Okay.
I don't mind.
Okay, we can't, I'm afraid we can't offer any guidance or analysis because we don't know what are the arguments for the other side. But
I understand
thanks
that,
for coming through.
I understand that, but I just want to use this platform to bring more awareness to a situation like this. But
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you and have a wonderful evening. All right.
We gotta go, but do you know what I have found when I was a teenager, when I was in my 30s, when I was in my 40s and up to now? I find
Freddie, we have one call. We're gonna take this last.
Yeah, we gotta go here. Yeah.
Good evening, caller. You're our last caller for the evening. Hello, you're on air. Yes.
Yeah, for both of you. I want to know why the government, they're fighting the teachers, the union fighting for the government paying the teachers. Anyway, in the world, when you strike, your employer never pay the employee to strike. So if they do that, they encourage the teachers to go and strike and other public workers too.
Okay, we gotta go. That's a good point, and I disagree. I disagree with that decision. I think it has terrible consequences for the future. When you go on strike, you get pay. It could lead to very, very dangerous situation. It could lead to people.
You pay the union dues for time like this, so the union can come back and reimburse you some money, half of the money.
Totally agree with your point.
Well, if the strike drags out, then the teachers have nothing to lose. That's a decision I don't agree with. But our operator signal we 2 minutes over time. Please call again next Friday.
Yeah. Let me
Do you want to wrap up?
Yes.
Then I will.
To our viewers out there, tomorrow is March 2nd. When you hear March 2nd, it rings something within us because we know what happened March 2nd. It was a long, drawn-out period. A lot of us should look at where we are now, and we should embrace development. We should embrace development wherever it is happening. We should all come together. All this garbage and so on that is all over the place. It's not the government showing it there. It is the people of this country that is doing it. We should look at where we were, look where we are, all of these, look at the highways that are being built, and look all of these things, look at the development happening in this country. We should come together as one. Tomorrow is March 2nd. Count yourself, look back at where we were a few years ago and look at the situation now and ask yourself if you can be the change that you want this country to be. Thank you.
Let me close on a pessimistic note. We put that animal and her baby on the screen. And I think only one person or maybe two person call in. You would think that when people see that, it just breaks their heart and the phone lines will be open up. Somebody should call the magistrate. The Chief Justice should get involved. We only had 2 calls about that poor cow and her baby. But I guess that's the way the future generation is going, maybe in Guyana and the world. We will be back here definitely on Monday. We do enjoy these call-ins because it gives us a sense of how Guyanese think. Thanks for being with us. As I normally say, catch you later. Bye-bye.